The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history.
In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing.
The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We'd get crushed.
Gone after XRP because XRP is a security. But you haven't gone after all the major crypto exchanges that process tens of thousands, if not far more, transactions. If XRP is a security, and you think it is, and I think it is, why are these crypto exchanges not in violation of law? And is it enough that the crypto exchanges have said, well, having committed tens of thousands of violations in the past, we promise not to do any more in the future? Is that enough to get you off the hook for enforcement?
So, again, I can't talk about what matters we're looking at or not looking at. We have brought exchange cases. We brought one last year against Poloniex. I share your concerns that if the securities are...
It's easier to go after the small fish than the big fish. But the big fish operating the major exchanges did many, many tens of thousands of transactions with XRP. It's a security. That means they were illegally operating a securities exchange. They know it's illegal because they stopped doing it, even though it was profitable. So if they know it's illegal, and you know it's illegal, and I know it's illegal, I hope you focus on that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As guys, shots were fired yesterday. Congress was putting the SEC to work. Congressman Sherman was over here making accusations that XRP was in fact a security. But then Stuart Alderati, Ripple's general counsel, claps back. Can I get a fact check on aisle 2? The US has not, in fact, nor has any other country determined XRP to be a security. When elected officials don't understand that the mere filing of a case by the SEC does not determine anything, it's more concerning. What's more concerning is that King Solomon actually found out yesterday that Sherman has conflicts of interest with a crypto company that's actually a bit of a competitor to Ripple, being his largest donor to his campaign. That crypto company's called Democracy Engine. And oh guys, the conflicts of interest run deep in Washington, don't they? This congressman from California had the audacity to try and claim that because exchanges were selling XRP, they are in trouble. Because they delisted XRP, they knew they were selling an unregistered security, as opposed to the logical answer being they don't want to potentially be in trouble. They're trying to be conservative when it comes to regulation. Ladies and gentlemen, we know because of this case that the SEC was approached by Coinbase, asked, can we list XRP? And the SEC did not give Coinbase a red light. They allowed them to list even when they were asked directly. And now, this is what Congressman Sherman says. Look at this corny ass smile, and you'll understand why he thinks the way he does. In all seriousness though, guys, this right here, claims by this man, is why we, the XRP army, are taking a stand. It's why we, the XRP community, are pioneers. We've been holding throughout all of this case, been dealing with all types of accusations, have seen our crypto not even participate in the crypto bull run. And it's because we are leading from the front. We are bringing a friendly regulatory environment and exposing the corruption in the US government in the highest levels. And something I need all of you to focus on is the fact that our crypto is being uttered out of the mouths of the highest levels of government, the highest level politicians. And it's because this test, the Ripple test, will replace the Howey test and will be the benchmark for the crypto market to determine what is a security, commodity, or currency in this space. You should all be proud to be a part of this community and wear this lawsuit as a badge of honor, because you better believe not many people would have made it through all this shit. Now, with that being said, we have Warren Davidson, congressman who's no particular friend of the XRP community, by the way, pressing the SEC on the Bill Hinman speech. And of course, the SEC tiptoed around that answer because they could never give a clear and direct and honest answer, because that's what the SEC does. But it is important that this information is being revealed and being discussed in the highest levels of government. Please take a listen.
I just want to clarify, I think enforcement's a very important function for the SEC, and so thank you and those who are committed to doing it honestly and ethically as part of our government at the Securities and Exchange Commission. But fundamentally, are digital assets exempt from treatment as pump and dump scams?
No, we've seen pump and dump schemes involving digital assets.
How many enforcement actions have been taken by the SEC?
Again, I'd have to provide you that information at a later date.
I'd appreciate that. And frankly, I'm curious why some of the biggest ones that look from an outsider, like probably pump and dump scams, don't get targeted. Why are they selectively? I mean, seems like some things are given a pass and some things are targeted. What's the criteria for targeting?
There's no selective prosecution. We have to balance the risk that we're seeing with the resources that we have, and we have a number of investigations.
Maybe the big ones take too many resources to go after, so you just say, well they'll get a pass?
No, I'm very proud of the work that the 1,300 women and men in my division do. They don't give people a pass, they hold violators accountable.
Okay, let me run a hypothetical scenario by you. Say an SEC official gives a speech at a conference, and the official begins, of course, by stating that, quote, their views are their own and not necessarily those of the commission. Anyone who's ever heard an SEC office official speak would know that this is standard, and they would not interpret the speech as legal guidance. However, let's say that the SEC official consulted SEC staff and perhaps even ethics directly to assist them in writing speech or giving guidance. Under this scenario, would the written speech still be considered personal views of the individual and not views of the commission?
Respectfully, I can't answer that right now because that hypothetical is a real scenario that's playing out in litigation.
Oh, what litigation would that be?
That would be the Ripple litigation.
Ripple XRP. So is it true that Director Hinman submitted his speech to ethics for approval?
Again, I can't comment on pending litigation.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that was an interesting statement by Warren Davidson and also SEC Director Grewal. Grewal discussed the allocation of SEC resources based on market risk. Despite the SEC's best efforts, XRP value is solidly a top 10 crypto. They have yet to find damning evidence against Ripple and XRP over the 2 years now that we've been getting sued by the SEC. Yet Luna, Celsius, and Voyager were allowed to harm investors. Many of billions were lost forever. And I just want to know, how is this an efficient allocation of resources? Ripple were good faith actors, constantly meeting with the SEC to ensure that they were doing things the right way. They get sued. Terra Luna over here puts out a BS algorithmic stablecoins, implodes the market by 50% in a day. Nope. No action yet. Incredible. This is the U.S. government at its finest. It is no wonder the American people have lost all faith in our politicians, has lost all faith on our institutions, and that is why crypto exists. Crypto is a hedge against government failure and government corruption. And we're seeing that at its finest now. Ladies and gentlemen, with all this nonsense going on, you have to understand that there are congressmen that are competent and are on our side that are looking to bring the SEC reign of terror in. Tom Emmer gives a promising message towards the end of this SEC hearing, and I want you all to take a listen to this.
The SEC isn't interested in clarifying what areas of the crypto industry fall under SEC jurisdiction. We know that because FinHub, that you've referred to, the SEC division focused on crafting crypto regulation, has essentially dissolved under Gensler. Nonetheless, while abandoning good faith attempts to clarify how the Commission's existing authority applies to digital assets, the SEC is hell-bent on expanding the size of its crypto enforcement division and using enforcement to unconstitutionally expand its jurisdiction. Under Chair Gensler, the SEC has become a power-hungry regulator, politicizing enforcement, baiting companies to, quote, come in and talk to the Commission, then hitting them with enforcement actions and discouraging good faith cooperation. Understand, sir, there is a new day coming. Thank you. I yield back.
Oh, a new time is coming in the crypto market, my friends. A new day is coming. A regulatory environment where XRP has the opportunity to thrive will be coming. But also, less sell pressure has arrived to XRP specifically. The taco stand is closed. This week, XRP history has been made as Jed McCaleb's taco stand wallet is officially out of XRP to sell and dump on the market. Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought this was as big a deal as Ripple executives and Ripple have made it out to be. This is very important, and I feel like could be a significant indicator of positive price action coming back to our token. Millions upon millions of XRP were constantly being sold by Jed McCaleb. I believe Jed McCaleb ran off with $3 billion that he profited from his XRP sales. And now, while we're left waiting, we can understand that there's a lot less negatives in the background hindering our growth. We've dealt with an SEC case. We've dealt with mass Jed McCaleb sell pressure. But I think the tide is turning. And I think it's turning very soon. That being said, though, guys, I do want to point out a massive piece of news that I'm speculating on, but I think is a very real possibility in the crypto market. Here, there was an article talking about Coinbase shutting down its U.S. affiliate program. Liquidity crisis, cough, cough. Then here, we see that Coinbase laid off 20% of their employees, all at the same time that Coinbase's stock has imploded from $400 all the way down to $74. Ladies and gentlemen, if things don't turn for the better in the crypto space, Coinbase may suffer some serious problems. The other day, there were some serious withdrawal limits happening for customers on Coinbase. They were limiting bank withdrawals, crypto withdrawals, and many other things. I'm not saying that they're going to go bankrupt, but I'm simply warning that you all need to get your crypto off the exchanges. After all of you guys saw what happened with Voyager, Celsius, and others, are you really going to risk it because you're being lazy or cheap? Get your hardware wallets. If Coinbase goes down, it would be a liquidity crisis, crypto crisis of epic proportions. And again, I'm not calling for it, but I do see a very big possibility of the risk coming to fruition, Binance, in my opinion, will be the next crypto that will be sued by the SEC. Binance being the biggest exchange on the planet. As Gary Gensler has stated, he's looking to be predatory against exchanges. Why? Exchanges are a single point of failure for the crypto industry. This allows retail investors to get annihilated. Exchanges allow retail investors to empower themselves by being able to trade cryptos. Knowing how the SEC has been predatory against retail investors and they do not protect us, it would seem smart to me that they'd go after the biggest exchange and shock the market that way. Whether or not Coinbase suffers a bankruptcy is a big event. Is still yet to be determined, but cannot be ruled off the table. Now finally, guys, to cap off this video for today, while there are a lot of different moving pieces to the crypto market, we have to look at the charts very quickly to see where the bottom could possibly be in. And it's very possible right now that the bottom is in. Even though I talked about a cataclysmic scenario coming to crypto, we're in an in-between moment where the market has to make a decision. Whether we recover from these 8 months of negative price action or continue to implode is still yet to be determined. But right here, the 5 times that Bitcoin's Mayer multiple was under 0.6, that was a bottom where we saw prices recover. This may be the short-term bottom. We may see some positive momentum come back to crypto. Altcoin season may be on the table. But remember this, because you cannot forget it. There will be a moment where this real financial collapse does come. The real big boy does happen. Whenever positive price action comes back to the crypto market, you better take profits. Capital preservation will be key during these times. And it's something I can't stress enough. You've already been warned by what the crypto market's done over the past 8 months. I hope you learned some lessons, because I certainly have, and apply them all accordingly to our short-term futures. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Another point you've made, and this is, I think, particularly relevant 10 years into a bull market, is that I think you said more money has been lost anticipating a downturn than actually in the downturn. Can you explain?
Well, obviously, the market's gone up tenfold since I stopped running Magellan. So you make more money on the upside. The market's going to be a lot higher 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. Trying to predict the market is really a waste. I don't know what it's going to do. It can go down. When I ran Magellan, 13 years, it declined 10% or more, 9 times the market.
Wow.
I had a perfect record. I went down more than 10% every time. Whatever the market went down, I went down more. But over the long term, the upside is more than the downside. So you're going to say to yourself, do I need the money in the next month? Do I need the money in the next year? Do I have kids going to college? Do I have a wedding coming up? Then you're a bad investor. If you can keep putting money in, you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 year, you should do well.